What up people, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be our office makeover. So I do want to go ahead and say that this video, the way that we did the office makeover, it's already preset, so the office is already done and we've settled into it since the video. However, we did make some minor changes on it, and as I progress and start making over the office, like actually decorating and putting more decor in it, then you're gonna see those changes. But I wanted to first put up the office makeover because we didn't get to that yet, but I was kind of waiting to finalize it, but I realized that things don't always work on your time frame, so it's better to just start with something rather than nothing. So stay tuned, sit back, relax, let's get into this office video. Okay, so if you've seen our home tour, and I will link that video below, the office was what was considered the Florida room. So it was a small room off to the front of the house, and that's what we decided to turn into the office room. So when we got in here, we pretty much just laid out what we had, like our furniture in the room. We didn't have no real design to it. We just kind of put everything up against the wall, because that's what you do when you just want things in the room. So it wasn't a complete layout or what we wanted to have, but just something to be in the room until we knew we wanted to get to the design of it. So the first thing that I wanted to do, honestly, was to paint. Like, you see this green on this wall, never liked it, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna go on with talking about it because I talk about it enough. So the paint that I'm using is a Behr paint, and this is the color I used throughout the majority of the house. So I had barely enough to cover the remaining part of this house. This was the last room that was going to be colored with that color, because the only rooms that were left at the time were the water rooms, which is the bathroom and the kitchen, and those were white. So I used the same light gray in this room that I used throughout the house, and we pretty much cleared out the furniture and put it in the living room. Now, we didn't get a clip of us clearing out the furniture because it was a tight fit. Like, getting everything out of this room and putting it in our living room, like, we barely made room to walk through to get to the office. So it was a tight fit to even set up the camera. So that's the reason why we didn't film that part. But we did clear everything out, and then I started with painting. And you guys, painting, it's vigorous, it's tedious, it's vigorous, but it has a beautiful result to it, which is why you go into it with so much anticipation of how it would look. But once you get in the gritty and you start painting, it is a lot of work until you see the final result. Thankfully, by now, in the current state, I now have a paint gun, and I would recommend to anyone, before you endeavor, if you have projects, plural with an S, in the house that you know that you're going to need to paint, save yourself the time and get a paint gun. It is a lot of prep work involved when you use a paint gun. However, it will save you a lot of time in the long run, because that room took me the full day to paint on 3 walls, because the last wall I wanted to do a different color or a different design to it. And with a paint gun, it probably could have taken me 30 minutes. At least that's from the results that I see people talk about. So now with all the walls, at least the 3 walls painted, I wanted the flooring to be done to kind of continue with the flooring with the rest of the house, at least at the time. So we used the same vinyl planking, which is the peel and stick, and with the same pattern so that it runs straight into the office. And you guys, when we did that again, didn't catch a clip, because honestly we did this late at night because I wanted to kind of be done with this room so I can move all the furniture back in. But a peel and stick tiling is really just peeling the paper off the back and sticking it on the floor. I did catch clips of us doing it in the living room, and when I do the living room reveal or the makeover, I will insert that clip. But it really was simple, and we did start and finish it that night, with the exception that we ran out with 1 box that we had to go and get, which, in you guys, I'll give you a little, I don't even know if to call it a hint, but if you go to Home Depot, at least for Home Depot, that's what I know. If you go to Home Depot in the morning, like in the early morning, like I'm talking 7 o'clock, whatever, you catch a lot of deals. I believe this is around the time where a lot of contractors and construction guys, that's when they go, because they try to go and get their supplies before work. And that's where you get most of your supplies, especially the things that sell out fast, like the tub and towel. Oh my gosh, I told you guys how long it took for us to wait on that. It took us at least a month just to get one box. But that same day, my husband went for an extra peel and stick towel. You wouldn't believe he found that on clearance for 1 cent. One box, 1 cent. And the paint that we got for the wall, for the design wall, we got for $3. $3. And it's so funny, the tub and towel, because it was early in the morning, we actually found 2 boxes. Now, if you know Home Depot, the shelf is hardly ever stocked with tub and towel, but we found 2 boxes. So I'm just giving you guys a little hint. You looking for stuff that keeps selling out? Try going early in the morning. You probably would find some stuff. So after we were done with the flooring, the next day we moved all the furniture back into the room. The long white cubby unit, that was the only thing that was currently in the room, and that was more so to hold the fish tank on, because we had it running on the pump and we didn't want the fishes to die or anything like that. So that was the only item in the room at the time while we were kind of configuring around that. And then we moved everything back and changed the design layout in the room like how we honestly wanted it. In the beginning, we kind of had a desk to desk type of thing when we just threw everything in up against the wall, but it didn't allow room for our chairs to kind of maneuver. We were always kind of bumping, which obviously it's a small room, so it would have happened. So we opted on creating different sections of the room where we put one IKEA desk on one side of the wall and then the other one on the complete opposite side. So a north and south type of situation, and that gave us more leg room and that gave us more room to maneuver with our chairs. So it ended up being a nice functional space. Now, I did went and I'm sorry guys. I did went and hang up curtains and lightly decorated the office. Like, it wasn't a lot of stuff, because at the time I just wanted to get the room functional, really, because as you seen in the beginning of the video, we just kind of threw stuff in there as like the spare room. So with the upcoming videos, I'm gonna start buying a few things to start decorating the walls. I wanted a nice shelf on my side of the room because I wanted to be able to display some of my craft items like paints and all that stuff like that, because I am crafting, but right now currently a lot of my craft stuff are still in boxes. So when it's time for me to do any of my DIYs, I literally have to go and filter through boxes to find certain things or buy it, which is kind of a waste of money when I know it's somewhere in my garage. I just know where it is because it's in a box somewhere. So the idea with the upcoming videos when it comes to the office is to start making shelves or some type of storage area for my craft stuff. But when that is done and a lightly decor, then we'll be done with that office, ready to move on to the next project. But again, I wanted to put this video out there to start off because we do plan on starting on those projects with the shelving and the decor in the next few couple of weeks. So now let me let you guys see the before again of how it looked, where we have just everything just thrown in there. This was kind of like the dump all ground in the beginning, because I mean, it's kind of the room that we kind of navigated to beginning of the day, end of the day. So that's what it turned into. And now you guys can see how it looks when it's in a functional state, and it kind of feels better. And I can say, guys, fixing up a room and making it more functional and appealing to you, it gives you a better perspective of what you need to do in that room. And that is one of the things that I had to explain to my husband, because he works from home. So as he worked in that room, it was just him going to his desk and working. But he found himself sometimes irritated or annoyed with either clutter, or he just didn't know what it was. He just was irritable at times in that room. After we fixed up the room and it had more of a functionality, and it felt like it had more of an openness, and it was more I would say, clean, maybe, I don't know. He felt better. For him, it was nice for him to look at his fish tank. His fish tank was at a better position for him to look where it was before, where he had to hurt his neck to see it. It was nice for him to be able to look outside. It was nice for him to have movability with his chair and not hitting into something. And he told me he actually felt better working in the room. So this is just a little hint that I know a lot of people, especially I'm an islander, so islanders normally when we move into a space, we just move the common items into that space. If it's a bedroom, you put your bed, a side table, a chair, bam. If it's a kitchen, you put your stuff in the cabinets, stuff on the counter, bam. If it's an office, if it is, you put a desk and chair, bam. You don't really put a lot of decorations into it because that's not what you saw growing up. Really, come on. Island people, country people, is all the same. We all saw the same old school type of minimalistic decor, and that was the style then. However, the style now is more modernized and something to make you feel better. So you guys, it is a psychological fact. Your environment plays a heavy toll on how you feel. So the best thing you could do for you and your house is make it feel comfortable for you. And believe it or not, you will see a change in your demeanor just by the way that you feel in your home or in that space in your home. So just leave me on a note. Just leave me on a tip. Don't mean to ramble, but hey, what can I say? Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and share it with someone. You never know. Hey, I'm just a girl trying to make it out here in these YouTube, I don't know, videos. What do you call it? Hey, it is what it is. See you guys in the next one. Bye.